As you all know, teamwork makes the dream work. If you have ever explored the idea of collaborating, partnering, or just teaming up with somebody to launch your business or to expand your business, stay tuned. We have the one and only Mireille Lavie Nana, the founding lawyer from MLT Attorney and one of the founders of the Business Legal Clinic, on with us today on the Empower Hour. She's here to share about an event she has coming up this coming Friday and to share a little tips and tricks with you guys on what to be prepared for when partnering in business. Stay tuned.
I think this is me.
Welcome to the Empower Hour. We're bringing power to the people because the people have the power. This squad's going to entertain, enlighten, and empower y'all. I'm Queen Kaya, joined by Pharaoh Hammond Freeman and Gina the Great. But before we do anything else, like always, we're going to bless this show and our kings and queens listening.
Blessed melanated rising, my people. I hope you guys are having an exceptional day. I am so grateful to life, grateful to God, our creator, and grateful to the ancestors for creating another opportunity for us to be able to get on air here, to entertain you all, to uplift you all, and to empower each and every one of you guys. And I just ask that the spirits of love, light, unity, strength, great health, and peace be upon each and every one of you guys. Hotep, amen, ashe, aibobo.
Asante Sana Squash Banana, what up?
Yo, nice. You see, Gina, you got to come with it. I love it. I love it. You say squash banana, I'm writing that one down. See? I might integrate it for next week. So and, yeah, let's segue. This is going to be an awesome parlay with the people. We're discussing, as you guys know, we have an awesome queen, a member of the OFC, Mireille Nana, who owns her own law firm. We're going to be deep diving because they have an event coming up. These workshops are power packed, laws and different things like that, especially when it comes to business. So we want to make sure that you guys are able to participate, take advantage. It's going to be awesome. So her and her team are here to share with us and to educate. So you guys sit back, stay tuned.
Parlay with the people. Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people. Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people, y'all.
So beautiful people, we are back. And like I had mentioned at the top of the show, I'm really excited. She's no stranger to the Empower Hour. She's an amazing support to the OFC community, as well as one of our new board members on. I'm super glad and excited to present our sister, Mireille Lavie Nana, again on the Empower Hour. Blessings, Queen. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I am good. Thank you very much. I'm good. I'm excited. I'm glad to have you on today. I think you are one of the hardest working women in our community between what you do within community work and what you do on the legal front, and even just what you do in terms of giving your time and making yourself available to the community. We appreciate what you're doing. I ask that just life continues to bless you and everything that you do.
Thank you.
Expand.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. I'm really happy to be here tonight.
Good. Thank you, Queen. So basically, you are no stranger to the show, but for those who might be listening for the first time, I always like to give our guests an opportunity just to introduce themselves to our listeners, let them know a little bit more about you. So the floor is yours, sister. Please introduce.
Wow, introducing myself is something really hard for me, as you know. Every time when we talk about introducing myself, I talk about me as a lawyer, and I present my law firm. But today I want to tell like a little more about me and what brings me here and what make me doing what I do, what I love to do as a lawyer. So
amazing. That is perfect. And s'il vous plaît, gêne-toi pas s'il faut faire du franglais, back and forth, English, French, sois à l'aise.
Okay, great. But I want to honor English people.
Good.
We
appreciate you. And because for English people here, I have to say the struggle is real. We do not get a lot of support. So we do appreciate, the efforts that you're making for us. So thank you, sister. Thank you.
Oh, yes. So my name is Mireille Lavie Nana. I'm a Cameroonian, originally from Cameroon. And I grew up in France, so I studied law in France, and I decided, I cannot say decided, but I had the idea to become a lawyer when I was less than 10, and at that age, you don't really know what you want, but
Right.
I witnessed some situation that bring me into that
Mm,
statement when I was young. And
okay.
the only thing I knew at that time, I told to my mother, I don't want to be advocado because, a lawyer and advocado is the same word in French. It's avocat, it's the same word.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yes, the only difference I knew at that time was I will not be the avocado one. I
Right.
want
That's
to be the older thing,
I got.
So
I like
that
that.
was the way I figured out the difference between avocado and being a lawyer.
Right.
And thing going on, I decided like to be a business lawyer because I saw my father who was an entrepreneur, a successful businessman, but his failures stuck with me. And because I saw how it was devastating for him to lose one of his company. So,
Mm-hmm.
and when you have 100,000 of employee that lost their job,
Yeah.
that's something that really changed people. And
Of course.
when I saw that, I decided then, okay, I would be a lawyer who will help entrepreneur, who will help people with their businesses. So that's the way I do that. And going from that, I chose to, at the university, to do my master in business degree, to have a business degree, all that. I
Yeah.
didn't hesitate
Right. It's
at
like
some
you
point.
stayed focused
Yes, I
from
stay
you
really
said it was
focused.
11 years old?
Less than 10, I think my mother said around between 6 and 8, but
Wow.
so I go from that. Sometimes it can be a cliche to say, oh, I decided to do this at a young age because but that was my case, that was
That's just
my, and
that's
I'm really passionate about business, about entrepreneur and what we can do for them as lawyers. So the situation my father faced at that time, my late, he's no longer alive now, but
mhm.
helped me to be who I am now.
That's an amazing story for sorry and sorry for cutting you. You're gonna say something else?
Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
and that's amazing. So, and it really just again helps to show your dedication, but it does speak volumes. Like I said, it's like just the time that you already give to community. You are a person of your word. I see it. I could vouch for it firsthand. I was a little bit surprised because now with understanding everything that you've done, so within you did all the schooling, you did all those things. You started by the age of 10. So basically, it seems like you got all that done in like 20 years. Because people, if you're seeing our sister Mireille Nana, it's a beautiful thing to see it. She's a beautiful woman. She's really
Thank
like
you.
I have to say. So I'm surprised because I'm like, wait, hold on. That like you've been doing it for some time, but it really doesn't seem like you've been doing it for that long. Because I have to say, you're holding it down, Queen. You are holding it down. Good job.
Oh, thank
So,
you.
it's my
Thank
pleasure.
you.
You know, you
Thank
have
you.
I'm big on giving people their flowers while they're here and giving credit where it's due. You know what I mean? Like, and we're a community,
Yeah.
and people we don't give each other enough love. We don't big each other up enough. We don't edify each other, and I like to set that example. So I like to give respect where it's due and give the praises where it's necessary. So this
Thank you. Thank you.
it's
So I'm awaiting my flowers.
good. Good. Say less. Don't worry, they're en route. So now, so basically, so let's dive in a little bit just about your practice, about your business practice, and then we can talk about the organization. So it's MLT legal firm or Abaca or the translation in English.
Yes, MLT attorney.
Okay,
MLT
MLT
attorney.
attorney.
Yes. And
Mhm.
M is for movement, the L is for liberty or freedom, and the T for transition, because we are people in movement and entrepreneurs are in movement. We try to do all our best to change things around us. So the movement, the aim is really meaningful for me. The air for liberty, we all expect to have kind of freedom with our time, our finance, that kind of thing. So helping entrepreneur to grow for me is participating for their financial liberty or the financial freedom. And the T for transition, because we are between an idea and the goal. You can have an idea, but you have to reach the goal. So we are the link between that for our clients. So that was what brought me that letter to name my law firm. So
I
MLT.
love that. And again, you being the founding lawyer, this is great. It's something to be proud of. And the fact that you specialize in business for anybody who's coming up. And so just a quick question. So if I'm a startup business or I'm a nonprofit organization and I'm looking for direction, are you a place to be able to come to for that kind of support? Or is it only once I get to a point where I know what legal services I need, then I come to you?
You know, sometimes you have idea, but you don't know where to start, you know. And for some people, it's not in any, you know, in all cases, you need to incorporate or to register your company. You can start like an individual enterprise, you know.
Yeah, like just a registered business.
Yeah, travailleur autonome. You can start by that. So sometimes it's happened for me to talk with someone who want to incorporate or to register a company, but it's not the need. He's not at the point he really need to incorporate a company or to register a company. So we work with people like that just to make sure that the decision you're making is the right one for you at the time you want to do that. So
man, I wish I met you years ago, because I made so many mistakes in my business career coming up. And I'm grateful. This is why we're here. This is why we have the show. This is why we have the Empower Hour, why we have the OFC, why we have Parley with the People, because it is to educate the community so that the ones who are coming up don't make the same mistakes that we do, so that they have access to resources and access to information. And with that, I want to, if we could transition, so it's like to talk a little bit about the organization, because I think it's important to highlight, because again, not just did you found your you are the founder of your legal law firm, your business law firm, but you also have a nonprofit organization in line with law as well. So if we could take a little time just to talk about that. So that in English is the legal clinic. That's what it's called. The business.
Yes, the business legal clinic. Yes, but you know, I combine all my experience and my education, you know, to do what I do now. I've been practicing in Quebec since for 7 years now. Okay. For 7 years now, and I start doing business like a sole entrepreneur in 2017, and after that, when things grew, I decided now to incorporate the company. So when an entrepreneur comes to me and we talk together, I understand, you know, the transition, the evolution that can happen along the process. So as I was really like also, you know, passionate by the bankruptcy and insolvency, and I had a master's degree in bankruptcy and insolvency in France. So with my father's situation, you know, I have it ahead, you know, sometimes that, and I just decided to have a law firm that people can afford, and a nonprofit organization for those who cannot afford lawyer fees, you know. So we gave training, we gave advice, we assist also, you know, people, entrepreneur, and nonprofit organization as the board director of nonprofit organization that would need help. So we provide them with the advice they really need, you know, and also, as I say, we give training to people, because the divulgation of information is the key for who want to success in their business, and it's something not common. We did not see that often. So
Right.
this is why we have the nonprofit organization, the Business Legal Clinic, that offer that, and we have also a telephone number that allow people to reach or to contact or to talk with a lawyer every Thursday from 12 to 2, and from, I think, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. every Thursday. So someone is present to give response on, to give advice and to give information to people who really need that, you see. So this is what I really want to offer.
Sister, and the thing is, again, this is you being, and I'm very big on our values. I'm very big on our commitment in terms of entrepreneurs and different things like that. And I have to say, again, you are really setting the example, because setting it is, you said it from the beginning. You had an intention. Your thing was to be able to help individuals who are in business or who want to be in business, to make sure they do it the right way and they get the support that they need. And we do know that coming up, it's somewhat of a challenge at times where you might not have all the financial resources to be able to get the help, and that could be a block for some people. But to have the foresight to create a nonprofit as well, to be able to, so basically you can meet a person where they're at. So and if they do not have the financial means, you're creating a way. So it's not just about the business, and it's not just about the money. It is really about providing that support and that, it's about providing that support to our business community. That's huge. You know what I mean? I have to commend that. And the fact that there's a hotline now, and the thing is, I've known you for a while now, and I do remember you telling me about the hotline, but I thought that was I thought it was an event. I thought it was like a one-time thing you guys were offering. So now I know, and I'm sharing with everybody. And I think we're going to start making it a point on a regular basis to mention it throughout the community, that every Thursday, reminder, business owners, Thursday between, we'll reconfirm the times, but you said it was was it 10 to 12 or 12 to 2?
From 12 to 2 and from 5 p.m. to 8.
Perfect. 12 to 2, 5 to 8. You know what? I got to make a mental note, because I think I even want to create a little flyer specifically for that, just to share it, because that is great. Like, honestly, guys, I'm telling you, coming up, it was not, I don't want to say it was not this easy, but we didn't have as much support coming up as younger entrepreneurs. Like, to know that we could pick up the phone and call a lawyer at no cost, ask a bunch of questions, get the guidance that we need. Oh, Lord. Let's take a quick positive cause just to shout out our homegirls, Kemba and Andrea from Keen Real Estate Group. Whenever you're thinking real estate, whenever you're thinking investments, whenever you're thinking about planning for the long term, think Keen Real Estate Group. They're generating wealth for generations. KeenGroup.ca. If your goal is to purchase a car and to make the process as simple as possible, just get a car broker, guys. You just get a car broker. Big shout out to our homeboy, Hamsdale Jacques, the owner of HJCourtierAuto.com. That's HJCourtierAuto.com. If you're a small to medium-sized business and you're getting started and you're ready to go to that next level, what do you need? You need a phone line and you need a website. Think Mainstream Digicom. They got all your telecommunication needs checked. MainstreamDigicom.com. You're trying to get out on the web. You're trying to understand how to navigate through ads. Check out Java Logics for all your marketing, your digital marketing. Where would we be without Preston? I don't even know. Check out Java Logics. I give thanks to Preston for what he's done for the OFC. The amount of positive reviews we've gotten from all his referrals, we're proud to stand behind his work. Check out JavaLogics.com. No, it's not just because he's my brother. It's because you can't talk hip-hop in Montreal without saying M-City Solo. Guys, check out his latest project, In My Fields, available on mcitysolo.com. If it's not one of the hardest new EPs to hit Montreal, come and let me know. You already know. It's your boy, Pharaoh, bigging up mcitysolo.com. Keeping the culture alive. I gotta give thanks to West Can Folk Performing Company. For the last 40 years plus, they've been promoting our culture through song, drum, and dance, educating youth, the children, the seniors. Just check them out, westcanfolk.com.
Girl, what are you cooking?
My curry chicken.
Ooh, you're burning it.
Gosh, it looks so...
It's okay, girl. You need the Curry House. They have the best Caribbean food in town. 2 locations in Montreal, West Island, and Côte-de-Neige. For more information, follow Caribbean Curry House, MTL. Don't forget to mention the Empower Hour for your 10% discount.
So, who placed in the order?
Me.
DeVito, WizKid, Burna Boy. Those are just some of the big names that's blessed Montreal thanks to Afrobeats Montreal. Definitely check out Afrobeats MTL for all concerts, show listings, everything that has to do with Afrobeats in the city. Check out Afrobeats MTL. One full circle. We are the Melanated Community Resource Hub and Network. What does that mean? We're here for each other. Okay, and actually, well, that's a good segue because it brings me to where we are right now. So as people are tuning into this, it's going to be Thursday, the 22nd. They're hearing this on the radio. Some people might be listening to the podcast, so for them, it could be any time. I don't know, but if you're listening on the radio tomorrow, Friday, and it's from, I think, let me double check the time. It's from
Friday from 12 to 1 p.m.
Perfect.
Or 1:30 p.m. Yes, we have a training session we will talk about the shareholder agreement, because when you run business or when you want to have a partner in business, there is some document you may really consider to draft, because that helps you to figure out the way you will resolve like some issue that can happen during during your partnership. So the shareholder agreement is really a document people have to consider. We will talk about that on Friday at 12 by a lawyer, a good one. A good
lawyer. Well, I would hope so. Coming from you, I do not doubt it. And again, I want to give our listeners just some context. Okay, it's going to sound like a weird story, but give you guys a little bit of background. So myself, I've been married now. It's going to be 16 years. I think this year I've been married.
Wow!
Yeah. Thank you. And I have to say, one of the things that helped because a marriage is like a partnership. A marriage is a collaboration.
It's a partnership.
It really is. You know what I mean? So what had helped us, we did take the time to meet with a counselor at the time before getting married. And that counselor brought up different things, made us think about different scenarios, things that, sometimes there's things a little bit unconventional, outside the box, things that we didn't even consider. It could be as simple as, how do you guys see disciplining your children? So some people is like, yeah, they're down to take out the belt. That's what happens. And another person be like, well, no, I'll talk to them, whatever. The point is, these are conversations you want to have prior to getting to making these commitments. So the fact that you're giving an opportunity for those to understand what it means to join forces. And I'm a big believer in collaboration. I encourage it all the time in opportunities where you can. Definitely come together. But before you do that, you want to make sure your paperwork is correct, because it'll make and break your business, make and break your relationship. You guys can be best friends and things go bad in business, and that's it. You guys become enemies, right? But these things can be avoided. So let me ask you just a little nugget. I don't know if you could share just some of the little things that people could expect on Friday within that session.
Oh my God, there's a lot.
I know, right? Just a couple, because just so people could get an idea.
We will talk about there is differences between like the shareholder agreement and there is another document we call the uniform shareholder agreement. I would put that way. There's a difference between that, but generally when we talk about the shareholder agreement, people understand the document that allow the shareholder to reduce the right of the board of director. So
Yeah.
we will talk about the difference between the two documents, when you need to sign one document versus another document. We will talk also about the fiscal impact of that document.
Okay.
But we'll also talk about the control of the company, because you can have a share of a company, but you don't control it, and someone else will take the decision in the company, control the company. And in some cases, if that person is a stranger, someone who is not Canadian or resident in Canada, your company will not be a Canadian company, even if you are the main person who detain like the share,
Majority share,
the majority share of the company. So people say sometimes that, oh no, because I have the 50 or the 80% of the share of the company, so I control the company. But it's not that in every case. It's no, in every case, sometimes the person who will take the decision without being determining the majority share of the company can be the one who control the company, because it takes every decision, and he gave like the
No, I like, like I'm looking, I'm like, wow, like I would have never thought that. You see, just learning new things. I just automatically assumed whoever has majority shares is who has the say, who controls the organization, who controls the company.
No. Even like Revenu Quebec has always, you have a directive and kind of document about that, So people assume that if I have more shares, so I control the company. Is not true. And just to go back a little bit, I talked about the shareholder agreement, and the other document is the unanimous shareholder agreement. So in that document, normally we want to remove or to limit the right of the board of director, because sometimes you can be 5 shareholders of a company, but you only have three administrators.
Right. Yeah.
So the 3 administrators will have to decide day to day in the regular basis in the company. So in that situation, sometimes it can be a good way of practice to reduce the right of the board of director, because you want to make sure that for the big decision they will have to take, every shareholder will participate. So you will change, like, you will change the right of the board of director in the document we call the unanimous shareholder agreement. So you have that difference. It's really great to know the difference between the two documents and the way you will have to use it. We will also talk about, there is a section in the document, the shareholder agreement, even in the unanimous shareholder agreement, we call shotgun. Is a section or an article you can use when you face dispute in a company, but you don't want to lose everything. And one of the shareholder will ask to another to buy his share. You see, right. So if when they do that, you also have to make sure that the other shareholder can buy you out, because the other shareholder can buy you out too.
Really?
You can come and say yes.
But what if you don't want to sell it? Like, they could still force you to sell it?
But yes. Normally, yes. The shotgun is you are in a situation where there is no issue. Someone has to, to leave the company. So you will propose to the other shareholder to buy his share, but he can refuse. And if he refuses, it's an obligation for him to buy your share.
Wow.
At the price you propose. So you have to make sure that you do your math, So because if you say that I will buy it for $5,
Right.
He can also say, okay, I don't want to sell mine, but I will buy yours for the
At
same
$5.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So how to use that will be also the thing that will be discussed.
Wow. Because then,
during
and then
this.
okay, and we won't deep dive because like I know this is great for the community to be able to come and ask their questions, but I
Yeah.
see, and it's like because it's when it comes to that point, because you could almost gamble a little bit, but you could say, okay, you know what, if let's say you offer $50 a share, because that person can't afford to
Yeah.
rebuttal and try to buy your shares at that amount, but then if they might surprise you and say, nah, I do have the money and I will buy all your shares at the same price. Anyways, this is
Yes.
awesome stuff. This is awesome.
This is really awesome. This is a
Yeah.
great, I like that in the situation. It's mainly in the situation where you have like a paired number of people in the company, you have,
That's it.
they are 4, 6, that kind of thing. So you put that because you want to force them to take decision together, but at the same time, you don't want them to be in a situation where nothing can happen because no one can take any decision,
That's it.
if
No
they are
stalemate.
50-50, yes, so they can use that just to force someone to leave the company. And
So this is good. So basically, this is an awesome, like we always say, knowledge is power, people. Even if you're not in a situation right now where you have a corporation, as time is progressing, this is valuable information for you to know, to empower yourself, to empower somebody around you. So definitely you do not want to miss this opportunity. I know the event is on Eventbrite. So if we go on Eventbrite, convention, convention entre
actionnaire, yes.
One. So, and actually, that does remind me. So now, as you guys hear, I know a lot of things we do here is franglais. And last we had spoken, we do know like the speaker, and actually, if you could elaborate, is this a uniquely French event, or is it English? Is it French, but English people can attend and ask questions? How is it? How's it set up?
It's in French for this session, but I think we are trying to have another session for in English, but the lawyer who will give the training can speak in English. So
Beautiful.
English people around the table will be able to ask any question they have, and she will answer.
Amazing. And that's what it's about. We are here to bridge between the French and the English. So I'm glad to be able to do that. So now, can you give just the contact info for those who are listening right now and they want to reach out to find out more information, or today's Thursday and they're saying, you know what, I'm hearing it today, Thursday, I do want to make a call. So if you could share the contact information for us, please.
Oh, yes, you can reach us by phone 514-906-8814. I don't want to mix it.
Yeah, no problem. 514-906-8814. That's an easy number to remember. Yeah, 906-8814. 906-8814. I'm repeating it a lot of times on purpose, because I know some people are driving and they're listening to us and they can't write it down. So I'm giving them an opportunity to imprint it in their brain. 514-906-8814.
Yes.
Simple things. And so I'm assuming is that the best way, or like should they check out the website or the email, or the best thing is just
they can check on the website too, and we have our email on the website, but it's info@cgae.org.
CJAE.
CJAE.
I always have to remember CJAE.org, and all the information is there. Well, that they could just send you a quick email, info@cjad.org. Not CJAD, CJEA.org.
CJAE.
AE, good.
Yes.
CJ, you see, I'm doing like I'm intentionally repeating everything over and over. I'm pretty sure the listeners got it at this point. So, as you know, how we like to end out our segments here. This is Partly with the People, but our show is the Empower Hour, and I always like to give our guests an opportunity to leave our listeners with some empowering words. So, do you have some words you'd like to bless our listeners with today?
Oh my God, I think being the best version of ourselves is the best way of telling ourselves that change is possible and that it starts with us. So be the best version of yourself.
Wow. No, you don't know how much some dream touche that bar right there, because just a couple of weeks ago, somebody was asking me just what's my passion. And I after thinking about it and going through and pondering, I'm like, I want to help people to be the best versions of themselves. Like that's what motivates me, being able to, to create spaces, create opportunities, just to help people to explore and discover themselves and to understand. Like, so those are some very empowering words, Queen. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you
for what you're doing in the community. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Well, thank you for having me.
Everybody who has tuned in, I thank you guys for tuning in to Parley with the People and for being a constant supporter of the Empower Hour. Just shouting out the community. Thank you all for what you're doing. Wishing you guys an amazing rest of your week. Peace and blessings.
I think we started the show with a lot of shout outs. So
I know, yeah, exactly. I didn't have any.
That.
Yeah, that's why I was saying just mad love.
Bless. We would like to thank our special guest. This episode is possible thanks to the awesome people at CKUT, the OFC, Solo Drum, and the Caribbean Curry House. Kings and Queens, this was the Empower Hour with Pharaoh Freeman, Queen Kaya, and Gina the Great. We are on live every Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. and broadcasting Thursday mornings at 7 a.m. on CKUT 90.3 FM. Hopefully you got your dose of entertainment, enlightenment, and empowerment. Subscribe and watch us on empowermtl.com and email us at empowermtl@gmail.com to anonymously be featured on our What's the Tea Mail segment. Stay blessed, black, and highly favored.